Howdy folks, it's episode 9 of my blind RS3 playthrough. This one's going to be a bit weird and experimental towards the end because the bulk of the progression in this episode is stuff that I did on my phone away from my recording machine. I went on a short weekend vacation that was unfortunately scheduled months before I started playing RS3, and very unfortunately the Flash Powder Factory Spotlight event was exactly during that weekend and wasn't going to come back for another month and a half afterward. So I pair all of the screenshots I took of my progression during that weekend with my actual travel activities I was doing with my wife during that trip. I figure most of you don't care about my real life trip to Chicago, but I thought it was a neat way to frame what was essentially a selection of 80 mobile screenshots. But as we do with quests in this series, I'll put that entire sequence in a timestamp if you want to skip it. There's a summary of everything I did right afterward if you don't want to watch what amounts to a travelogue slideshow. Whatever, it's fine. I think this is a pretty good episode, though. We make a lot of progress. We're finally getting lots of candy loops. We're not just doing things because of dailies, weeklies, and monthlies. There's just things that I'm happily being distracted by. So I hope you enjoy episode 9. Here we go. So we're going to do quests in order. What's mine is yours. Doric. It's definitely one of the sillier quests in old school, so it'd be interesting to see how they completely rewrote it. It does seem like it's a rewrite, so we'll show you the whole quest here.
It's over. It's over.
What's over?
My business, my life, everything. It's all in ruins. Normov should have sent his pickaxe order through this week, but I've heard nothing. He's been my most loyal customer for years, and he's not the only one to stop. I'm ruined.
I'll help you. Quest.
You'll help me. Thank you. I've been working here as a smith for decades, but over the last few months, the number of people ordering from me has fallen.
I haven't been able to find any of the voice actors for these quests.
When I get new customers, they soon stop ordering from me as well. To make matters worse, I've received word that my son, Doric, finished his studies in the dwarven city of Keldagrim, but he hasn't made it home.
I guess one of the things they've done with these quest rewrites is plant things for later, like Keldagrim.
He should have been back weeks ago. I'm getting too old for this. 1. Ceramic in Falador, the leader of the White Knights. We could try.
Your best items is ceramic.
Well, if you don't mind, I've let things run down lately, and I'm out of materials, so we're going to need some ore before we begin. 2 copper ore and 2 tin ore. I should tell you, I use only high-quality ore. You need to know where to look for it, but it produces fine results.
Can't just bring your own ore to the quest. I was laughing about that in Cook's Assistant and yelling at them for changing it, but I completely understand why they did this, and I think it's actually better for the game.
You can only find these ores in certain places. Take this ore bag and map to gather them. I've marked all the mining sites you'll need to visit.
Thanks.
Once you've visited all the mines, if you teleport to the Falador lodestone, you can return here much quicker. Thanks for your help. Any other questions before you leave?
I'm leaving.
Good. Hurry back.
Mining site map. Durac West Mine, Durac East Mine, Dwarven Mine, Remington Mine. Okay, I know where all those are. Wow, RS3 really is easy escape. They added a staircase here, so you don't have to go all the way around the ramp. For shame. Oh, he's going to go mine. Spawned a little golem. That's cute. Check ore bag. Oh, there it is. It drops the high quality copper ore. I see. Guessing I don't get the tin here. That's fine. Check. Durac West, Durac East, Remington. Something similar to spawn here. It's weird. Giving me iron ore. Oh, I guess it was an iron rock. Oh, okay. I clicked the wrong rock. Gave me an achievement, which is fine. Broken amulets. Anvil hanging from it. I guess it just drops the ore you need as soon as you mine anything at that mining site. Correct. East mine.
Didn't spawn this time. Okay. Creature source to life. Here we go. Thinks Falador's closer to Ribbington than Port Sarim? Maybe the Port Sarim lodestone didn't exist at the time the quest was released. Alright, coming up on the Ribbington mine here. Oh, cutscene. I guess it wanted me to come in from the north.
Are you sure this will be enough to stop them getting the ore from here?
Oh.
Anyone who triggers the spell will be lucky to make it away alive.
What? I never wanted you to kill anyone.
You said you wanted them dealing with.
Doric, son.
It's too late now. Anyway, let me get on with it.
Hey, did you hear something?
Okie doke. Creature stirs to life. There we go. Turn to Doric. Can do. Doric, the ores were alive.
Sure. Ore I've come across has always been pretty stoic. Let me see that. They were trying to target me? Why would someone go to so much effort to try to stop me getting some ore?
It's your son. Because
Thank you.
now
Glad
RuneScape
you're
quests are
all right.
well written and they foreshadow who the characters are going to be at the beginning. It's good. Amulet.
Well, I don't know anything about that one specifically, but I recognize the design. It's a Gavanan amulet. It's said that it allows you to focus more when training. It looks a bit damaged at the moment, but let me look at it. I might be able to fix it up once we've finished sorting all this business out.
Okay.
For now, we should just focus on getting these weapons made. If you can smith a bronze sword and a bronze dagger, we can use those as samples to get a new order. You'll have to use the ore you just collected to make these weapons, as they need to be high quality. Withdraw the ore from the bag and smelt it in the furnace over there. Then use my anvil to smith the item. It has to be this anvil, mind, as it has been designed especially for working this high-quality ore.
Fair. There's a big-ass furnace that's not there. I think I have to withdraw it, though. High-quality bronze. Okay, that doesn't really fit in with the smithing rework, but that's okay. Anvil. High-quality bronze dagger. I don't know why that texture keeps flickering like that. Quality bronze sword.
Have you made those items yet?
Yeah, here you go.
Not bad, but we'll need to do a bit more to impress the White Knights. Head to the Artisan Workshop in Falador and talk to Axel. He'll be able to finish the weapons for you. Then head west from there to Falador Castle and present them to Ceramics Squire Serlin. If he's impressed, you'll be granted an audience with Ceramic.
I kind of get the sense, so I think RS3 is wonderful, and I think that they definitely have the same sense of humor, but there's little things about the lore that I think they're a little embarrassed about, like everybody in Falador having a pun name, you know, Ceramic, right? I think that they would continue the pun to Ceramic's daughter, or Ceramic's squire, I should say.
Welcome,
Talking to
welcome,
Axel.
lad. I'm Axel, proud artisan and long-suffering inventor. Glad to make your acquaintance.
Doric sent me here.
And look how beautifully made they are. Almost as good as if we made them here ourselves. So, what did Doric want us to do with them?
Finish them.
I would be more than happy to help Doric out. The art of finishing requires a delicate hand, and more dedication than that of simply creating a blade. With Doric's talents and our finish, these blades are fit for a king. Close enough. You'll want to enter the castle northwest of here and talk to Ceramic's squire, Serlin.
Can do.
Do you have any more questions before you leave?
I don't. Right, there's a Ceradominus Ziliana looking dude in here now. That's a little weird. Where is Serlin? I found him. He's on the opposite side. What's up?
Can I help you? Yes, that will be me. Paul Serlin is my full name,
Paul
but everyone
Serlin.
tends to just call me
Okay,
Serlin.
never mind, never mind, never mind. I take it back. Get it. Porcelain after ceramic.
I'm sorry, I think you've had your time
They're not
wasted.
ashamed of
One
themselves.
of Doric's workers is already here and meeting with Ceramic as we speak. He was a dwarf. Good moustache, looked like he knew how to handle an anvil. There really isn't much more to say. I didn't see his face that
I should
well.
know
He had a
better
cloak
after
on.
this sunken tutorial island quest. I don't think they're ashamed of it.
If you're sure this isn't one of Doric's workers, we'd better interrupt this meeting before Ceramic agrees to anything. I'll take those weapons from you. Now, let's find Ceramic.
Something I wish they hadn't have changed about the graphic style, and a reason I'm probably always going to have a full face helmet in this game, is that I think that the OSRS, like, PS1 look, where everybody has, like, a sunken face with, like, a black void for eyes, looks really good, and actually giving people dead, unblinking eyes looks significantly worse.
The quality of these blades is excellent.
Thank you, sir. Doric will be pleased to hear that.
Uh-oh.
Yes, Doric is a superb smith, I must say.
So we have a deal. You agreed to do your business with us.
Of course, I'd be happy to use these weapons in the midst of battle.
This is an imposter. It was I who was sent here by Doric.
Who are you?
Hired by Doric to get these weapons for you. This dwarf has been going around stealing Doric's orders.
Ah, the old man deserves it. Yes, Ceramic, I've been taking his orders, but these weapons were still made by me. They're better than Doric could ever manage.
I will not have the White Knights deal with fraudsters. Now tell me, who are you?
The name's Boric.
Ah,
I've just
writes
returned
this
from
shit.
Keldagrim
No, no.
and was
It's
thinking
good.
of setting up shop here.
A story that's well written, you should be able to follow like that, right? Good economy of characters.
Oh, you've heard of me. I'm surprised he remembers to talk about me.
Whoever you are, I do not appreciate being taken for a fool.
Literally every rewritten
Adventurer,
quest has
it
had
seems
that
you're
as a
working
feature
with
now.
Doric, how would you like to deal with this? I agree. I bid you good day.
Boric, you're coming with me.
Boric, my son, you've returned.
Wasn't it my idea?
You want me to tell him, or will
Fine,
you?
I'll do it. It was me who was ruining your business and stealing your customers.
You? But why?
The fact that you don't know is proof enough of why you deserved it. You chose to send me away instead of letting me stay here with you. It's pretty clear I was a disappointment that you didn't want to deal with anymore.
Son, how could you even think like that? I would never have done that to you.
Aye, but you did, didn't you? You're a complete letdown.
Aw. Oh, family conflict meter. That's funny. Could make the situation worse. Tell Doric who stole the cookie from the cookie jar.
All I ever wanted was to make you proud. I wanted to study under you, and when you sent me away, I was ashamed.
You had no need to be. When I sent you to Keldagrim, I knew they would teach you more than I could by myself. You've done more than enough to make me proud 100 times over.
I absolutely love unnecessarily gamified things like a family conflict meter. That makes me smile.
Thank you, Father. Thank you.
Boric, I sent you away because I wanted a better life for you. A life beyond what I could offer you here. Whatever you might think of me, I am your father, and I will always be looking out for you.
You should have talked to me about it, Father. I understand why you did it, but I wanted to stay with you.
At graduation, I was one of the few in the class to finish with honours. They said I'd done great and could be a master smith in years to come.
Aw.
I'm so proud of you, son.
Aw.
I knew you'd accomplish great things in life.
It's good to hear you say that.
We're in the green now. What you hope sending him away would teach him. Let's just do... about your own past.
My years in Keldagrim were good, but were filled with fighting. Coming here, I thought I'd be able to get some peace at last. But even then, I only just dodged death when my house was burned down.
I know you've had it tough, Father, but you can't blame the past for the decisions
Oh,
you
that was
made.
a mistake. Didn't make it any better or worse. Let's see, this might move it towards
Always
resolution.
the same. You've got no idea. I felt like this for years, even before you kicked
Oh,
me
shit,
out.
this is a
You always
mistake.
spoke of sending me away. So much for family.
You've got it all wrong.
I don't think so.
That was not what I was expecting to happen. What you thought of Bork when he was
When I
born?
first held you as a baby, I saw the foundation upon which a strong future could be built. Believe that, if nothing else.
I do believe you, Father.
Tell Doric what you thought of your education.
What do you want me to say? It was good, okay? I learned some new techniques and I made some friends.
All I ever wanted for you, son, was the best. You'd never have got that if you stayed here.
Aye. I suppose I did all right out of it.
Yay, we're almost full. Starting to lose patience. What do you want Boric's future to be?
I always imagined you heading to Keldagrim, learning the trade there, and then setting up your own business and being successful. More successful than me, anyway.
What if I wanted to work alongside you? As a family. There's honor in that. If you'd just asked.
You're right. I should have. I'm sorry, lad.
Hey, it seems like a good resolution.
Oh, Pa. I've been a fool. Please, forgive me.
No more than I. Oh, come here, you daft, soppy lad.
Is that the end?
I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me.
Aw.
It was not. Gods know what I would have done if you hadn't made us talk it out.
That's why we've decided we're going to relaunch the business as Doric and Son.
That's nice.
In fact, we'd like you to come on board as a business partner.
Sure.
What do you say?
Taking my name in the shop title too.
Welcome aboard.
Sit back and enjoy the profits while you do all the work.
Don't worry, Father. I've got this. Actually, what we'd like our brand new business partner to do is two very simple tasks. The first thing we need is more space. And when dwarves need space, they dig. There are some steps over there. Unfortunately, some rocks are blocking the way.
Oh, interesting.
We'd like
Man,
our
they
new
really
business
expanded
partner to
Doric's
clear
quest.
it
This
out.
is like one of the fastest quests in Old School.
While you're at it, we also need 2 suits of ornamental armor for the mannequin bases and a new sign making for the shop front. Do you want those bars now?
Yeah, let's do it.
There you go.
Thanks, partner.
Do that on the anvil, I guess. Ornamental plate body. Chain body. Shop sign.
If you've made all the items...
Give them to my pa. Okay.
Have you made those items yet?
Yeah, here you go.
Thanks. Once you've cleared the workshop, come back and talk to me again. You can?
Sure. Mine out the rocks. Guessing that's all they need.
Have you cleared the workshop?
Yep.
Thank you for all the assistance you've given us. I have something for you as a reward, but first, let's get the opening ceremony started.
Sounds good. Doric's quest completed. 1,000 mining XP, 400 smithing XP, amulet which gives limited bonus mining and smithing XP, access to Doric and Boric task, of fan and amulet charges, mining XP and smithing XP.
All right, so the quest, What's Mine is Yours, completely replaces Doric's quest from old school RuneScape, which is barely even a quest. It's like a task. It expands it pretty significantly. It has full voice acting like the replacement for Prince Ali Rescue did. It establishes Doric's relationship with his son, has you go on a couple mining and smithing related missions, has you mend the relationship between them, which is pretty amusing because there's like a literal family squabble meter on the screen that you have to manage. But I can kind of see what they were going for with some of these quest rewrites. Like this quest hints at the existence of Keldagrim and tries to set up Keldagrim pretty early in what I would expect would be a typical player's experience with the game. I'm a little sad that this seemingly ambitious project to replace all the old quests with like more robust voice-acted versions kind of fell through eventually, because I do think all of the replaced quests do maintain a bit of the spirit of the original while still doing a good job of introducing a new player to the wider world. So yeah, that was Doric's quest. Let's get back to the playthrough.
Okay. Hey, it's mining 68. Smithing is behind mining, so I'll put it on smithing. 500 bonus XP in smithing. Amulet is cold and dead.
Hello, traveler.
Smithing tasks.
I do, actually, and I bet it would be right up your street. But before I let you loose on our customers, I have some very specific rules.
Guessing this isn't terribly efficient.
You must smith the items yourself. I don't want you heading to the Grand Exchange or buying them from other people.
Love to hear it, Doric.
We need to guarantee a top-quality service, and that means only selling products made by our own hands. Do you understand?
Clear as crystal.
Now, are you ready for your first order?
Oh, it's mini quests. I like to do these once they come up, I guess. I assume this shows up later in the list. That's one that I can wait to do until it comes up in the quest release date order. Witch's Potion. Eddie in Remington. Still need a burnt meat, an eye of newt, and an onion. I should think I just threw out all my burnt meat, but make another one. Burnt some meat on a range on purpose. Heading to Remington. Alright, Witch's Potion is all purpley. Eddie. I think this is exactly the same as old school. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do it. Like, you may have to best a cow in Mortal Kombat. Okay, yeah, this is identical to old school. Should clear the quest then. 325 magic XP. Sure. Thanks. Knight Sword. Bunch of smithing XP way after it would be relevant. Oh, I still need a red berry pie and 2 iron bars. Okay. I don't know. Did I ever get a chef's hat? Probably make my own red berry pie, but I'm gonna go try to get it from the Chef's Guild. I do have a chef's hat from an earlier goblin task. And I think my cooking is high enough. I haven't touched it in a minute. Oh, I might need like 34 cooking. 32. Wow, lucky. All right, Romley, give me a red berry pie. Probably. Oh wait, do they change his stock for irons? Maybe they just change his stock generally. Old school, he sells some of these pies by default, especially the garden pies. Yeah, looks like I have to make my own. All right, that's fine. Okay, making my own pie. 2 just in case I burn one. All right, I can't use the range here. All right, please don't burn both pies. That's all I'm asking for. Excellent. Not burnt. This quest also seems like it's the same as old school, so I'm just going to skip through it here. A new knight I don't recognize from old school. Sriracha. Pretty great. I get it. Squire Azrael. They really made Thurgo look different. Otherwise, the quest is the same, but they've definitely changed his chat head. Alright, I smith some extra blurite for later quests and got way too much, but it's fine. I'm gonna take up space in my bank. It doesn't matter how many I have. Squire Azrael. Retrieve your sword. Here we go. You've completed Knight's Sword. Easy. Other than the Thurgo change, it was exactly the same. Almost to 65 smithing. Oh, I have to use the smithing lamp, that's why I don't have it. I guess they turn most rewards into lamps. I'll take it. Okay, next quest. We're almost done with the 2001 quest. It's kind of crazy. Goblin Diplomacy, classic. Blue dye, red dye, and yellow dye. I really like these new quest icons. They're cool looking, and I'm probably going to use those as all of my episode thumbnails. This one looks like it's exactly the same, so I'll just rush through it real fast. Okay, I think... Is it Wyson over here? There's a dude over here that can get me woad leaves for the blue dye. Unless if he's moved. I don't see him here. Oh, weird. They just had a thing where you can just buy them straight up. Okay. Well, I only need... Well, I probably need more blue dyes, so I'll just get a bunch. Alright, so dyes come up in so many quests. I'm just going to try to get 5 of each color dye, so I can use them later. I cannot tell you how freeing it is to be done with those dailies and weeklies and feel like I can just play the game finally. I'm going to have to do the dailies again tomorrow and so on, but I don't have the, like, specter of needing to complete prerequisites for them haunting me. Thank goodness for the right-click make dyes menu. I just learned about that in old school somewhat recently. I'm just going to make 5 of each. Yeah, these guys are like archaeologists. It's kind of funny. They have collections. Alright, starting Goblin Diplomacy, it looks like it's the exact same. I accidentally made purple dye. I'll be right back. Quest hasn't aged too well with the new graphic style. It just kind of changes their wristbands. This is a pretty classic quest, I feel like. Keep it brown. Hey, quest complete. Easy peasy. Alright, so I'm already almost done with Pirate's Treasure. I did most of it earlier just to be able to get into that room with all of the chickens in it. Right, should be this banana crate. There's the rum. Put that in. And it's Dragon Slayer time. They got rid of Romeo and Juliet, which is interesting. Blue Moon Inn in Varrock. Okay. I think this is the chest they're talking about. It's been a while since I did this one. Paradomin faces the X, which marks this spot, which... Did they change the textures enough that it's not possible to see anymore? I don't know how to use space in this situation. 1 second. Oh, right-click the pirate message. I see. Oh, hey, it's a gardener coming to attack me. Dig again. There we go. Quest complete. Ability to work as a menial laborer on a banana plantation. Okay. It's Dragon Slayer time, and I qualify for it now since they increase the number of quest points required. 2,000 to 12,000 coins, less if you bring telekinetic grab runes and non-melee weapon. Okay, I can just spend the money, that's fine. I think this quest is basically the same, so I'll just go ahead and do it, but as usual, I'll report in, like, we'll see. I'm curious to see what Elvarg looks like, for example. This nice list of green quests for 2001. Just have this last one now, Dragon Slayer. I think this means I'm going to get dragons and slayer tasks, but I guess it's fine. I'm sure that they're easier to deal with in this game. Entering the Guild of Champions. Here we go. Double checking the quest guide. I think my combat level might be kind of dangerously low for this. Like, it would be possible, but pushing it. But I might want to train Slayer for a little bit, just until I can equip most of that gear that I smithed. I mean, not like up to Orichalcon or anything like that, but maybe so I can at least wear my rune gear. That'd be fine to start moving to smithing training and then, you know, close out with finishing up Dragon Slayer. It seems reasonable. All right, so my combat level is high enough to use the Canopus Slayer Master. I'm just going to do that now. And we'll do this, I think, until I can get attack, strength, defense, all 3 of these to 50. Which will take a little while, but it shouldn't be too bad. And then I'll feel comfortable doing Dragon Slayer. If this were old school, I would do it now, but I have no idea how it works with all of the changes. All right, first task. Oh yeah, I get to pick now, or I can spin Slayer. Let's do Cave Crawlers. They're annoying, they poison you, but... Oh right, one of the benefits, this is so stupid. The Anachronia Spa confers total poison immunity without needing a potion, in addition to the run energy regen, so I guess I'll just go rest in the spa, and this will be a non-issue. 13 minutes of poison immunity. And I think I can do this in the Frenetic Slayer Cave, so I'll just do that. I think I'm going to stay on Legacy mode for now. Obviously, Revolution makes a difference eventually in Slayer tasks when you start getting like AoE attacks, but I'm still at a point where I feel like I haven't unlocked enough abilities to really be able to do an action bar. I've tried looking up action bars, but part of the problem is that like there's not like a Revolution bar calculator where you can tell it what abilities you have and it spits out a good one. Most of the ones that tell you which bars to use are very endgame. I'm sure my strategy of just ordering it from like highest cooldown to lowest cooldown is fine, but it seems like Legacy Combat corrects for that slightly. Yeah, they can wear away your immunity to poison. Interesting. Wish you could just keep the area loot window open. I don't understand why you can't. I think this is my first real Slayer task where it's like a significant number of enemies. It's not like 25 enemies that I can run in and knock out really fast. Oh, that's really weird. These things do ranged damage now? So you can't safe spot them? Yeah, that little roll attack is ranged. Slayer 29. I'm gonna try to prayer flick here. Like, not really prayer flick. I don't think you can do it so it's like 0 prayer usage, but you can maybe save a little bit by turning it on and off when they're not attacking you. 40 Constitution, finally. I didn't realize this for a while, but I guess they made it so that high healing food scales on your Constitution level, so now I get the full healing out of cakes. Should probably have with me here, actually. I'm gonna look up if this game has the equivalent of a restoration pool, and I guess this thing is the closest. Heals your summoning and prayer. Try bringing one of my pig familiars here. I don't have any other use for it. I can just leave protect from missiles on. Attack 45. Alright, time to try out this pig familiar. Got a little menu down here, that's kind of cute. Restore prayer. Okay, so it's not a full prayer restore, and it's limited how often you can interact with it, I understand. Thing looks really cute, though. Extremely silly looking. Slayer 30. Nice. Need to figure out how to change my familiar default behavior here. Attack 46. I'm gonna go till 50 when I can use a rune. Let's see, objective right now is base 50. This feels like I shouldn't be doing this, like it's anathema or something, but I'm actually gonna ignore strength for a while. I was Googling it because it feels like this is the case, and I wasn't 100% sure, but it definitely turns out that strength is kind of useless in RS3, that getting new weapon tiers with attack is like way more important. So I think I'm going to go straight to defense after getting to 50 attack. All right, the prayer point restoration from the pig is just kind of a silly... Maybe it's better when you upgrade it, but right now it's pretty terrible. Not worth the inventory slot over just having a regular prayer potion. I think I'm able to change it to like a pack pig, so I might try to do that. All right, task complete. Let's go. I'm really glad I got this herb bag. That made that task much more tolerable. All right, what you got for me? Yeah, okay. I like that I can see both there. And means I need a mirror shield, right? Bit of a DPS hit. Looks cool, though. Kind of like the new cockatrice model. They look great. By the way, you may have noticed this when I complained earlier about it, combining all the XP totals, but there's an option in this XP thing that lets you see the breakdown. So 81 attack, total 26 versus hit points, right? Points 41. Hey, I just got light mystic boots, which are probably terrible in this game, but that's kind of cool. Also, I got a cockatrice egg. No idea what that does. Getting a lot of shit seed drops here. I might want Seedicide. I need to look into how I go about getting that. I know that's gonna put me on a candy loop here that I'm just supposed to be out here training Slayer so I can get to 50 to do Dragon Slayer, but if I want to make sure that I'm getting XP from the shit seeds that are dropping, It might make sense to try to go for the sea side. Oh, that Mystic Boots drop is like a 1 in 512. Okay, I wonder if they made it more common in RS3. They did not. Okay, I've been putting off investigating how the player-owned farm works, but I might go ahead and try to do that, because I think that's how I get the sea to side. Obviously, I don't think it's something I can do actively, but it's something I should probably have running in the background, so I'm going to try to figure it out. Good of content as any to push me into learning about it. Okay, it seems like player-owned farms are really complicated to start with, so I'm going to do my best to try to figure it out. I think I talked to this lady to start. Official farmhold partner. Sheepdog looks amazing. Jack the Yak. Saying my goodbye. But you're gonna hurt him. Main animal farm. He'll pay top bean. Oh, that's based on selling animals for beans. Oh, that's funny. This looks like a player. The prayer cape.
Hey, Future Marstead real quick. That's not just any player, that's Presleek. You may have seen her webcomics before. She has a RuneScape-driven webcomic that's been around forever. I feel like I used to read this webcomic before I even heard of RuneScape. So it's pretty rad that she gets represented in RS3 in this form, like she's the character that buys yaks from you.
She wants beans. I've got loads of those. 500 beans. Thank you for the beans. 500 beans. Is that any good? Good work. The currency us animal farmers deal in. Add them to your currency pouch so you don't lose them. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm talking about the plague. Buy back the deeds to one of these old animal pens. I need a couple of baby rabbits to kickstart a new venture. A boy and a girl. Okay. Buy a small pen for 100 beans. Buy a doe rabbit and a buck rabbit. Build them a pen. Flip them over. And look for the old E-I-E-I-O. Give him a click. Pick one of the 2 small pens near the lodestone to fix up. Okay, otherwise you need planks. So hopefully I could just build the other one without needing to pay for it, I guess. Check. Will no longer stack in your bank. Oh, okay, interesting. Common brown rabbits. Bossy and snowy. Oh, this is kind of a cool concept. Okay, I think I've added them successfully. Normally you would need 10 oak planks or better and 75 iron nails. Okay, keep that in mind. One of the rabbits isn't feeling well. Check them. Check its various orifices. That is a lot of details. Okay. Often thinks about the inevitable heat death of the universe. Mood. Cure disease. Check the head. Sneezes in your face. Eyes are bloodshot. Feet are sweaty. Nausea. Animal is cured. Okay. Easy. Give them food. Okay, so I need to figure out what kind of food to give them. Each animal only eats certain categories of food. Rabbits love fruity mush. Just click the trough from up here. Fruity mush, okay. Excellent, got it. This is a decent tutorial. Now we wait. How long will that take? 32 minutes. Yeah, let's advance time. Thanks for that. That was a lot more fun than I was expecting. Move the rabbits from the pen and bring them to me. Claim XP from them growing. Okay, so it's like checking health. Gather produce? I see. And then we do remove, move. Okay, take them out back, put them in the breeding pen, put a little food in the breeding paddock's food trough. Fed rabbit is a healthy rabbit. Healthy rabbit is a frisky rabbit, and a frisky rabbit is an F. Don't finish that thought. Okay, so there's a breeding pen back here. I probably should have gotten started on this sooner, but now's as good a time as any. I'm going to see if I can find the RS3 Ironman subreddit if there's any kind of guidance for this, because it's a little too overwhelming for me to figure out on my own right now. Advanced time until rabbits have a bunny? Over quicker than last time. If you have a baby bunny... Oh, did I just talk to him again? Proud father of a bouncing baby bunny. Bunnies are just the start. Spread the word we're open for business. Keep breeding, rearing, and selling will be rolling in beans. Must have rabbits. Okay. Ask me about sales. Optimize our bean income. I wonder if I can bring my pig back here. Ask about sales. How does selling work? Everyone wants to buy rabbits. Sell at adolescence. Older animals can sell at a discount. Okay, so sell animals. But I have to 12 more while I'm here. Okay, so I have to go get the rabbits out of the breeding pen, I guess. Okay, it looks like sheep are pretty easy, and they require 35 farming, which I have. It looks like I just bought woad leaves to make dye for that quest, Goblin Diplomacy, and I can get tons and tons of them. Why is it locked, though? I need a medium pen deed. Okay, can do that. Buy the deed. Confirm. Sheep. Sheep. Okay, and I don't know how many I can manage in a pen. I'll have to look that up here in a second. All right, sold one of my rabbits for 21 beans, which isn't great. I need to build a medium pen here. Large, small, small. Well, here's medium. Okay, and what does it require for me here? Farm totem. 15 teak planks, 150 mithril nails. I should be able to do that. Buying 1,000 woad leaves here, so now I have to think about it for a bit. I'm also going to go ahead and put these two sheep in a breeding pen. Oh, they have little farming contracts like in the farming guild in old school. That's kind of neat. Marigold seeds and a rabbit. Interesting they want seeds. All right, I'm just putting like 500 woad leaves in the breeding pen so I don't have to keep track of it. All right, I gotta make these teak logs into planks, and then I gotta go get mithril nails, which might be a minor hassle. Making a bunch of mithril nails here to build this pen. Wow, I'm really glad I went for those construction strange rocks, because I need 40 construction to build the medium paddock anyway. Perfect. I can also use woad leaves to make honey. There's like beehives here somewhere. I have to figure out how that part works. All right, built the medium paddock. Go ahead and I don't know if they can grow up if they're in the breeding pen. Just in case they can't, I'll move them. Loading the beehives with some woads here. I have to figure out exactly how many I want to do here. Okay, I think I've got the player-owned farm set up. So I've got a bunch of things gathering honey, which I guess is just farming XP. I should have done that a while ago. It's pretty easy. I'm breeding rabbits. I'm letting my sheep are grown up now. I can go ahead and move them into the breeding pen. Oh, never mind. They need to be adult. So I'll come back. I guess I'm not going to completely shut down Slayer, because I'm guessing it would be a really small amount of Slayer XP, or farming XP from the Cetus side, but I want to try to get it soon. So I'm going to head back and continue training Slayer. Attack 47. Really looking forward to 48. Slayer 32. Alright, task complete. Alright, new task. Shades. Okay, I have to figure out where I can fight Shades. Hold on. Shades, I might want to do Shades of Morton out of quest order, just to be able to burn the Shade remains. I don't think no longer requires Priest in Peril, because I'm already in here. Yeah, it would be nice to be able to use ashes on Terramins. Oh, and you click out, it defaults to the main task. Okay, so we're on Shades, but let's go ahead and do Shades of Morton. That's fine. I think this will give me a minigame teleport there as well. I'm not sure about that. I don't know how minigame teleports work in this game. They're kind of confusing. Okay, it looks like Shades of Morton is unchanged from old school, so I'm just going to do it. I'll report if anything is different. I mean, I guess it doesn't require Priest in Peril anymore. Alright, starting the quest. Well, I just got congealed blood from killing one of these. I gotta look up what that does. Crazy drops from ghosts in RS3. It's not a ghost drop, it's something to do with Mauritania later. Okay. Balls. I killed the Shades before actually curing this guy because I was waiting for my fires to burn. So I have to do it again. Be great if I could protect melee. I'm probably gonna have to leave and come back with food or something. Alright, came all the way back, almost died because I didn't have the prayer. But I got the rest of my Shade kills. It's neat that they stack here in RS3. Oh my goodness, the timber beams stack. Wonderful. I'm shocked that absolutely nobody is doing Shades of Morton. We'll see how this goes. I think I have to completely repair the temple and everything. I'm crafting level 23. I might need to make a Flam Tier bracelet. There's nobody here. It looks like if you're solo, there's a way to buy like a little dummy to make this easier. I might end up having to do that. We'll see. Okay, yeah, I don't think this is going to be possible. There's too many people here. I'm going to go get a shade luring thing here. Not enough people here, I should say. Builder store. Give me a shade luring dummy. Let me get more timber beams, limestone bricks. I don't know how long the dummy lasts. I guess I'm about to find out. Might be a problem. That dummy does not seem to be enough, and it seems to be dying really fast, and it's like 15k, which is really expensive. Also gonna have to make way more serum 207s, unfortunately. Let me get a couple of these. I've got the money to afford it, I suppose. The dummies are definitely not enough. Like, the thing is still getting attacked constantly. I might need to get my crafting up and make flame tier bracelets for this to be possible. I'm sad I wasted like almost 100k on these dummies, but whatever, I guess. Crafting 24. I think this is actually impossible. I googled it a little bit, and it sounds like nobody does this anymore, like at all. I guess there's 3 people here now, which is better than it was before. Got 3 people here. We're kind of getting there. Been stuck at repair state 40 for a really long time. I don't know if the walls get more defensive the more they've been built. Crafting 25. I'm going to get the level to make a flame tier bracelet eventually. One of the guys here said he was going to leave to make some flame tier bracelets and come back, so we'll see. I might finally finish repairing it here. 90. Just happen to get 3 people on at the same time. Holy Fire is sanctified. Okay. My god, I don't have enough sanctity yet. I've been doing this for like almost an hour. Alright, I have to scramble real quick to make a couple more serum 208s, and then I think I'll be okay. I need plenty of sacred oil though. I think that's the main thing I need for the quest. It's like a shockingly dead minigame. There's still people doing it in old school. All right, made all my Serum 208. Phew, what a frustrating quest. Serum 208, Razmire here. Thanks, man. Permanently cure Razmire and Old Squire after Shades of Morton. Done. Great. Lighting the funeral pyre. Bronze Key Brown appears in your inventory. And I think I just talked to Old Squire. Now I have to save some of this oil for a later quest. Put a Shade Spirit to rest. Well done. Complete this quest. I give the diary and the Varrock some more Urlob. Okay, whatever. I get more Herblore XP if I turn in the diary in Varrock later. It's crafting 27. I will take it. Alright, and then I need to see if there's a way for me to teleport back here. That's kind of nice. They made all this left-clicked friendly. You don't have to pick up the item anymore. It just goes in your inventory. Instead of going on this little pedestal over here. I'm going to finish my Slayer task here. I'm going to have to bring a bunch of food with me, though, because I'm getting wrecked by these guys right now. 33 Slayer. I did bring some prayer potions with me because Protect from Melee, while not being great, at least does reduce damage pretty significantly. So I can save some cakes here. I switched back off Legacy for this. I guess I do already have some kind of AoE attack unlocked, so that helps a little bit, but I am getting, like, fucked up pretty bad here. Because whenever I do the AoE attack, I aggro all of the shades. Attack 48. I think this is actually slowing things down because the AoE is causing me to take too much damage, so I might swap back into Legacy mode to stop that. Also, the damage seems worse, but that might just be because my bar is bad. I have no idea. Ooh, I got an Ectoplasmator. That's a cool drop. I know what that is, too. Get that from Soul Wars and Old School. Pretty stoked about this Ectoplasmator. That's a really cool drop. I think it's fairly rare, too. I'm getting insane luck with the ghosts and their rare drops. The tooltip on the Ectoplasmator says it can be upgraded with 100 Ghostly Essence. So I'm gonna have to find what the heck that is. Apparently Ghostly Essence is just a rare drop from ghosts. Okay. I need to go heal because I am dying. I'm back here with more food. This is gonna be a pretty lame, slow Slayer task. I might go back to Vinaka just because I know I can handle his tasks without having to teleport out constantly. I just want to make sure I can get to 50 defense because I think if I can equip my rune armor, a lot of these tasks are going to be a lot more chill. Hit points 42. I'm really struggling to get kills here without burning through a ton of food. I'm going to try safe spotting them with magic. I don't know if they redid magic defense and it's going to be impossible to hit them now. It might be, but I'll give it an honest try. Spider Silk Mage outfit's kind of cool looking. It's a little like over the top for such a low level gear set, but you know, whatever. All right, damage is really bad, but I am able to safe spot them, so I'll see whether this is worth it or not. Slayer 34. All right, magic is safer, but it's also insanely slower, so I'm gonna look for another food option. Looks like I might be able to buy some food in the Gnome Stronghold that heals better. I'm all out of cakes, and cakes weren't very good in terms of melee healing. Okay, I think this restaurant food, it's expensive, but it heals quite a bit more than what I'm otherwise getting, so I'm gonna pick a bunch of these up here. All right, the food from the Gnome restaurant is helping a lot. It was expensive, but I think it was worth it. Attack 49 and Slayer 35. God, I'm so frustrated. I had my final shade down to 5 health. I was out of food and I died. I didn't want to run all the way back, but now I have to run all the way back anyway. 600 GP to reclaim, that's fine. The last shade I was on had 1 hit left to die, and it hit me hard enough to kill me instantly. So I gotta run all the way back for 1 more kill. Definitely switching to Vinaka. I might do the Slayer Master here in Canifis at 10 streaks, but I'm not going to switch to it until I have a full set of rune armor. All right, let's get a more reasonable assignment here that I can burn through. I don't, actually. Take a task from you. 41 Hobgoblins, that sounds great. I think I'm guaranteed to get a superior from them, too. This is much more like it. I'm, like, shredding through this task. Now I can probably turn EOC back on. Got the superior to spawn. It's really nice that it's guaranteed. You go a really long time never seeing a superior on Old School. All right, new assignments. Cockroaches. I don't even know where there are cockroaches. The Stronghold of Player Safety. I did not know this existed. This is in addition to the Stronghold of Security? Is this crevice? Alright, let's see. Player safety. Oh, there's a cockroach drone outside. I see. Interesting. Coal stone spirit and a gold charm. Find another way in. Okay, looks like I have to talk to the guard. Unlike the Stronghold of Security, they've kept the stuff here. Young adventurers are taught things that help keep themselves safe. Entrance to an old jail. Has fabulous treasures. Stronghold of player safety. Oh, the report function. Okay. Report people. Got it. That's funny. We're going to do the Shawshank thing with the poster. Cute. Muggers. And I'm looking for cockroaches, which looks like there are plenty. Oh, hey, big cockroach soldiers back there. I think that's what I want to fight. More XP. Oh, medium blue scroll. Looks like they drop carapaces too. It really seems like they've expanded some of the armor you can get. Like, it's nice to see bat wings and carapaces and all sorts of things. Not just leather. Whoa, the soldiers drop rune salvage? That seems nuts. I find if there's a faster way to get here for the future. Alright, climbed a rope up and out. I think I can just jump straight down to the soldiers now. Okay, perfect. And there's like 3 of them right here. Seems like potentially a very profitable task. Like, they're really easy to kill, and they have really good drops. And it's pretty close to a bank. Zoomed out before, their models are pretty sweet looking too. Okay, got my Gothic's Cache 1 of 2 complete. No boost, excellent. 38 farming for my Divine Herb patch. That reminds me, I gotta go check my player-owned farm. I need to add that to my daily list. Their breeding pen is now full. Okay, well, that's a good thing to see. Mostly get rabbits, only got rabbits, okay. Oh man, the XP from honey seems pretty decent. Farming 39. Yeah, really good XP. It's 40 farming. 44 prayer. For all my shit talking about protection prayers, I really got a lot of use out of Protect from Melee on that Shades task. Alright, my monthlies are all reset, so I'm going to see what's up with the oyster here. Golden Niche teleports, a Staff of Earth, medium-bladed mithril salvage. Okay. Horrible, but okay. Oyster's so weird as a monthly activity. It gives such a small amount of XP, relatively. Fishing 45, I guess. It's interesting that if you build the wrong tower, you get Slayer XP. I'm going to get Prayer XP because it's more annoying than Slayer XP, I think. Alright, got the first statue here. Pray while you're here. Construction level up. Meet you there. No prayer level up. Almost time for the Gothic's Cache again. Another construction level, and I gotta pray. Canvas next. Prayer 45, cool. Ooh, I got that close. I had something distract me right before the cache. Ended up coming in 2 minutes late. Almost screwed it up, but I got it. Level 71 divination. Really bad game of fish flingers. Did not get 3 big fish. Level 49. I'm doing on points. Yeah, I probably won't get it. I could if I'm perfect on the next game, and that's unlikely. So tomorrow I should. Fletching level up. 52. Alright. End of game. Fishing 47. 30 fish tokens is not going to cut it. Alright, dailies are done. I can play the game again. We got a couple more god statues to build for monthlies, but I guess I've got time to do that. I'm going to get back to my Slayer task. It's coming up on my travel when I'm only going to be able to play on mobile. I'm going to take a stab at like doing screenshots of level ups and that kind of a thing. I don't know how that's going to work or how I'm going to share it in the video. If I can't do that, I'm sure it's fine. You know, when I come back, I'll just summarize all of the changes. But I'm going to do as much Slayer as I can here to try to get my combat stats as far as I can, and then I'll summarize what I plan to do while I'm on mobile. I think I'm about to get hit points level. Oh, one more. There it is. Hit points 43. Task complete. These guys really have crazy drops. I imagine they're really good. I'll go get another one from Vanaka. Spiders. Yeah, I can do spiders. Alright, here we go with these spiders. Put EOC back on because I have that nice AoE attack that occasionally triggers. try to just craft as many of these drops into gear as I can to save space. I very stupidly forgot my thread on that spider's task, but I finished it. Get another one here. I would love to have a Minotaur's task. That sounds great. Just, I want to use this. I've had this on me for several tasks now, and I'm just not getting the attack level. I'm so close. Slayer 36. All right, here comes. Finally, after all this time, 50 attack. Oh my god, am I one off? There it is, 50 attack. Thank god. Can use the rune scimitar. I'm going to switch to defense now. Defense 31. These are going to fly by, I think. All right, new task. What we got? This will be the last one I do, I think, and then I'll get a multiple of 10. Rotworm. I have to look that one up. I didn't get a second to admire the rune scimitar, but I think it looks really good. I'm going to go ahead and go to these grotworms. I guess they spawn somewhere near Port Sarum. Never heard of them before. They're unique to new school RuneScape. There's a cave entrance over here. Going deeper in to see if I want to fight the higher level ones. These ones are level 63, which might be pushing it with my current defense setup, but I'll see how badly I get injured, and if it's bad, I'll go back and fight the ones in the previous room. These ones are a little bit too nasty until I get my rune armor, I think, so I'm going to stick to the little ones. Defense, 32. Working my way towards 50. Be great when I can have full rune armor. I think I'll be pretty strong for the majority of this kind of early game content and any quest that's going to get thrown at me here. Alright, didn't really get any interesting drops here from the grotworms. A lot of these stone spirits, which would have been nice to get before I did any mining training, but, you know, sure I'll need other ores later in the future. I can bring them with me at that time. This is going to be my 50th Slayer task, so I'm going to pick it up from the Canopus Master, and then after this task, I'll summarize my plan for travel. Okay, I gotta make sure I take a reasonable task here. Onkos are reasonable. Okay, well, we know shades aren't reasonable, so it has to be Onkos. They're so reasonable in old school because I could just, you know, pray flick, protect melee. There's some in the Wilderness Crater that are maybe worth doing just because it's closer. I don't have to go all the way down into the bottom of the Stronghold of Security, so maybe I'll try that. Oh, big old sword over here. It's like very World of Warcrafty. Alright, let's see how Anko go. Actually, I think I need to bring the Ectoplasmator with me because I think these guys technically count as spiritual creatures. I hit them pretty hard, but they hit me pretty hard, so the Ankos might actually be more annoying in the wilderness than they are in the Stronghold of Security, so I'll just plan on doing the Stronghold of Security. I'll grab the Wilderness Sword to teleport back here. Here at a familiar hangout spot in the Stronghold of Security, and it's going okay. They hit pretty hard. I'm probably gonna have to go get some more of that food from the Gnome restaurant. They're probably comparable to Shades. I think even getting a single armor tier upgrade, if I can get to adamant armor, they'll be a lot easier, but I'm pretty sure I'll be done with the task long before I hit 40 defense. 33 defense, 7 to go. The rune scimitar is really going a long way to making this better than the shades were earlier, because I'm like hitting them so much harder. They're dying way faster, so they don't have as much time to damage me. Defense 34, these are coming real fast, these levels. Slayer 37. Defense 35, maybe I will get it before this grind is over. I'm getting a level like every few Onkos. Oh, there is a superior Onko, and I have no food. This is potentially extremely bad. I think if I run away, I'm just hosed. Let's see if there's anything I can do with prayer here. God, I wish I could just pray against it. It's probably going to be gone by the time I come back. That's really sad. Well, now I know that Onkos have a superior that spawns. Oh, the superior is still there. I don't know how long it takes until it despawns, but I might get a chance to finish fighting it. I'm just trying to get in there as fast as I can here. I'm excited. I don't know if they have any good drops or what the deal is. Oh, I'm out of prayer, right? Yeah, he fucked me up pretty bad. He was almost dead. I probably should have warped away. I need to go get the gnome food to have a chance. If he's still, he might be gone now when I come back, but like it seems like there's a thing where if the superior isn't being damaged for a few seconds, he just like regens health rapidly, because I kept trying to run away from him to safe spot him for a second to top off on health. If I hadn't have done that, I probably could have beaten him there.
Okay, apparently superior monsters are called elite monsters in this, and they are reserved for you for 3 minutes, and then other people can attack them after 3 minutes. So then they despawn on their own sometime after that. So I don't know if the despawn time has already happened for this guy. It looks like it, unfortunately. I don't know if I'm gonna get another chance at him. Oh wait, no, I see him. He's still back there. All right, well, I've got a full inventory of gnome food this time, so probably the best chance I'm gonna have to actually beat him. Yeah, I was having an issue. This actually happened after they made I think it was unintentional. There was a issue in old school RuneScape where they tried to keep people from cheesing the Corp Beast. And it makes it so if you just stand and eat food, it triggers Insane Regen on the enemy. So here it was like I was trying to spam eat food and just healing. It was just happening there for a second, right? That's what those dark purple hit splats are. I don't know, it also applies if I just hit zeros repeatedly. It just gets a chance to heal a whole bunch. That would be really annoying. It's harder for me to tell when I'm about to run out of prayer in this game. I'm used to having a plugin that puts a little bar right next to my inventory, and I do not have that in this one. Aw, that's annoying. Ended up despawning. Shoot. I wonder if they'll give me another chance on it since it's the same Slayer task. If I didn't actually get the kill, or if it just tracks it as a single spawn per task. I guess we'll see. I have seen multiple, like, Hobgoblin elites spawn. 36. Oh, I got some Ghostly Essence, finally. That's cool. I need 100 to upgrade this thing? I think it's pretty rare. Hit points, 44. Defense, 37. Just 3 to go. It's not going to be the end of this task, but very soon. This thing really likes to spawn when I'm almost out of resources. I did get another one to spawn. I don't know if it's the guaranteed one again because I didn't kill it, or it's just a chance for a second one, but I'm gonna try to kill it. I don't really have enough resources. I guess if I die again, I need to come up with a solution. I don't know if the gnome restaurant, like what rate it restocks at. I'm really hoping I finish it off here before I run out of prayer. Please, game. Oh, every time I hit 0, it gives him a chance to start healing, I think. Not worth it. Not worth it at all. 6,000 coins and some death runes. Another Slayer level up, 38. I really need the "you are out of prayer" sound effect to be much louder and more obvious. It's different than the one in old school. 30 points, very nice. Okay, y'all, so I want to summarize the plan. Here are my skills. When I come back after this, I'll have a new clip from returning from my travel time that will show you the difference in skills from what you see on the screen right here. I plan to mostly focus on Flash Powder Factory. I need to do a ton of that anyway, and I guess I'd rather do it in a boring time because there's not a lot to record or say during it since you're not really getting level ups. I may get a couple marginal herb lore levels just from the little tiny amount of XP you get in the minigame. Maybe a thieving level if I truly do a ton of it. That's going to be the main thing that I'm going to focus on, though, is Flash Powder. If for some reason I need to do something more AFK than Flash Powder, I'm going to do mining and smithing, so I guess let me show you my metal bank right now. Here's the metal bank. I will probably end up going for rune, and maybe I'll just do mining and not smithing. Maybe I'll try to save smithing for when I come back, because there are some interesting things that can happen during smithing, like those ceremonial swords, and I wouldn't want to do that off the recording. I am going to try to continue to do dailies, which, don't get me started. I've actually quit MMOs before over feeling like I had to do dailies while I was traveling or on vacation or whatever, but the ones in this game aren't that bad. I will probably skip Fish Flingers, because Fish Flingers is pretty bad, and I don't want to be doing it on mobile. But fortunately, that is the one minigame that will accrue tickets, so I'll be able to just do 10 games in a row when I get back. Doing those dailies, though, is probably going to pump some of these skills up, especially like farming. So just note those skill levels right now, and I'll give you the update when I get back. And I'll see if I can make screenshots happen. If I don't, I'm sure you don't care. All right, I'll see you in a few seconds from your perspective. Bye. Hey everybody, it's Future Marstead here to talk you through my vacation slides, I guess. My wife is an astrophysicist, and she was giving a talk at the University of Chicago, so I was flying out to meet her from the Albuquerque Sunport. While waiting for my flight, I got mining 69. Nice. I was really confused when suddenly I had a pair of dragon boots. Apparently you have a rare chance while mining orichalcum to get a special kind of geode that has a chance to roll the dragon boots, so pretty cool drop actually. It's power armor for melee. Still waiting for my flight, I hit 70 mining and then unlocked the ability to earn gemstone golem fragments, which is another elite skilling outfit that you unlock with the invention skill. Still hanging out at the airport, I decided that I needed to do something a little bit more attentive, so I decided to start the Flash Powder Factory grind. I got Herb Lore 51. They started boarding for my Southwest flight. I wasn't able to pay as much attention and I missed the level, but I got Mining 71. On the Southwest flight, I paid for in-flight Wi-Fi, and this is super annoying, but like they block the login servers, but not the game itself. So I was able to log in on the tarmac with 5G and then hot swap to Wi-Fi when I was already logged in and then pray that I wouldn't crash. But I did crash. There was a really bad bug with Android Mobile at the time where whenever you would open up an interface, the game would just force close, and then it was already in the air, I couldn't reconnect. But I was able to get one mining level. I hit mining 72. Landed in Chicago, got an Uber to go meet my wife Andrea. We went out to get food at Portillo's. If you ever find yourself in Chicago or in the northern Illinois area, make sure you get the Italian beef at Portillo's. It's delicious. I was born and raised in the Chicago area, so it was nice to come home. While I was eating my Portillo's, I was working through my dailies, checking on my player-owned farm, getting my honey set back up, doing my stupid Guthix cache. I ended up getting that 20-minute buff for divination from the Guthix cache, so I just kept doing it in the Uber ride back to the hotel. Ended up getting 72 divination from that. Woke up early because of the time zone and decided to knock out some more Flash Powder Factory. Ended up getting enough reward points to pay for my first upgrade. I bought the mask to start with. Did my second Guthix cache for the 24-hour period, and of course got the buff again, so I sat there and gathered energy for 20 minutes. Our first tourist destination was the Museum of Science and Industry, which I remembered visiting as a kid. It's a really cool museum. If you ever find yourself in Chicago, again, highly recommend it. They had an Atari 2600 on display as a museum piece, which made me feel really old. Definitely had one of those as a kid. So while you're looking at these pictures from my trip, imagine that I have my phone in my pocket and I'm sitting in Flash Powder Factory, just AFKing in the corner, accruing taller that I'm going to spend to buy the stupid factory outfit. This was before they increased the logout timer to 10 minutes, so every 5 minutes I was just having to reach into my pocket and jiggle my phone. It wasn't very attentive. I wasn't actually having to look at the screen, but man, it was stupid. Went to one of these cool Moldorama machines that makes you a little plastic toy. This one made a plastic robot for Andrea. Growing up in the Chicagoland area, these were everywhere. I don't know if there was like one guy who made a ton of them and just like gave them to the local zoos and government buildings, but you could find these machines all over the place. I saw a tweet from Jenny Nicholson recently about how she really wanted to try one of these machines and she had never seen one before as a California native, and that a bunch of people were like bugging her saying, "What do you mean you've never seen one before? They're all over the place." But no, they're really just in like the Chicago area. I'm trying to help you appreciate the passage of time as you imagine me fumbling with my phone constantly as we're walking through this museum. They had a great exhibit about the original moon landing and showed some of the original food packaging, which I guess we owe Gogurt to the Apollo program. My wife got to nerd out at the NASA gift shop because they don't get terribly many physicists who come to visit the museum. After the first museum, we popped over to the Art Institute of Chicago. That's the one from the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where Cameron like stares at the pointillist painting. Just so you know, I'm still at this really hoity-toity museum, putzing around on my phone, getting this taller. There was a really cool Japanese art exhibit, and I was especially impressed by this little smiling figurine with a really like passive-aggressive note from the caretakers. This cute little happy figurine is like over 2,000 years old, and the comment is like, "Oh, it's though roughly executed, it exudes human expression." Fuck off, roughly executed. Come on, guys, this is like 2,000 years old. It communicates what it's trying to communicate, art people. While we were looking at this sick statue, I decided to take a screenshot of my taller progress so far. We had gotten up to 430 taller. I convinced my wife that if we were going to get Chicago pizza anywhere, we should get it from Lou Malnati's, so we put in our order online and walked over there from the museum. On the way, we took the requisite tourist picture at The Bean. Funny story about The Bean, it's not actually the name of it. It's the name of the sculpture is actually called Cloudgate, and the artist apparently hates that everybody calls it The Bean. But death of the author, motherfucker. Sucks to be you. It's The Bean now. We got our Chicago pizza from Lou Malnati's. I would play it here, but I'd probably get a copyright strike. My favorite ever commentary on Chicago pizza from Jon Stewart. The gist of it on The Daily Show is that he says Chicago pizza is not pizza. It's a casserole. You should watch it. It's incredible. While we were waiting for our food at Lou Malnati's, I was continuing to futz on my phone to get more taller, because of course I was. Lou Malnati's is famous for taking forever to get you your order, even if you place it online in advance. We were probably there for an hour and a half before they brought it to us. Ended up with enough taller to get 2 pieces, so I got the factory boots and the factory top. This is what they look like. We were museumed out for the day, so we went back to the hotel where Andrea watched Law & Order, and I started working on Attentive Flash Powder Factory to try to get the botanist outfit. Ended up getting to 52 herb lore. Had to do my dailies, of course, so when I was doing Nemi Forest, I used that cool Android feature to split screen between the Reddit map and the game. Got 73 divination from a Guthix cache. Pretty sure I got this level up while my wife was complaining about how Law & Order SVU is not as good as vanilla Law & Order. They're both propaganda, but SVU is really bad propaganda. I hit 45 farming while checking up on the player-owned farm. Immediately got 46 farming from checking on Honey. Honey is insane XP for a low-level account. It lets you skip all of the low levels for, like, no work. Like, seriously, I got to 47 farming, like 2 levels basically for free there. We are still at the hotel at this point. I'm still working on getting Brian points for the botanist outfit, but I get enough taller to get another factory piece, the legs this time. The factory outfit is uniquely annoying because most of its benefits only apply to this minigame, and by the time you unlock it, you probably never want to do the minigame ever again. It would be a completely unreasonable grind without the existence of taller. Next morning we wake up and head out to the Field Museum, which is also pretty neat. Of the museums we visited, I think Museum of Science and Industry is probably my favorite. If you ever go, it sounds like it's not going to be cool, but check out the coal mine tour. It's about like the history of labor and unions and how brutal it was to be a child slave laborer to the mega corporations in the 20s and 30s in the United States. Just say that it's worryingly relevant to modern times. The Field Museum is less stuff like that and more like taxidermied animals and like dinosaur bones. Like one of the famous things they have at the Field Museum is a reconstructed T-Rex skeleton. Of course, while we're taking in all these wonderful fossils, I'm still putzing around on my phone. I got enough points to get another factory outfit piece. I got the mask this time. After we tapped out the Field Museum, we went back to Portillo's instead of getting another different kind of Chicago food. Andrea had never had Italian beef before, and she was blown away by it. I was able to do a little bit more attentive flash powder factory while waiting on food, and I got the botanist gloves. Popped the phone back in my pocket to jiggle for taller as we went to our last museum visit, the Wonder Museum, WNDR. This is kind of more of a pop art museum rather than the more stuffy Chicago Art Institute. Lots of focus on interactivity. It was relatively cheap to get into, and they had some cool exhibits. Went back to the hotel where Andrea hate-watched Law & Order SVU because apparently there are cable channels where they just play nothing but SVU all day. I ended up getting the botanist trousers while sitting there. We didn't want to go anywhere for dinner, so I decided to look around to see if we could get something for delivery and found that they had a Jets Pizza, which is something I'm only used to having in Detroit or like northern Ohio. If you've never had Detroit-style pizza, it's awesome. They like cook it in like a square pan, almost like brownies, so that the edges are kind of burnt. It's really, really good. I know it's crazy to go to Chicago and get Detroit-style pizza, but we had already had Lou Malnati's. We had already done our due diligence. While eating Jet's Pizza, I was able to get Herblore 53. Finally accrued just enough taller to get the factory gloves and complete the factory outfit. We didn't have anything left to do at this point. We were pretty much just going to be sitting at the hotel waiting to go to the airport in the morning because we had a fairly late flight. So I was just like, I'm just going to go man mode on this. We're going to go hard on it. I just want to finish Flash Powder Factory so I never have to do it again. So I stayed up late, knocked out the last couple outfit pieces, and had the full botanist set and full factory set. In the morning, we started packing up, go to the airport. I had obviously a bunch of dailies to do, as always. In doing my Wicked Hood daily, I got a Runecraft level up. I got a Dungeoneering level up in the Nemi Forest. Again, got a ridiculous 2 levels from Honey at the player-owned farm. Hit Divination 74 from Guthix caches. Was starting to run out of GP for doing Shopscape, so I decided to start doing a little bit of safe cracking. Ended up getting to 76 and then 77 thieving from safe cracking. Finally made it to the airport where I was trying to figure out exactly how honey worked. I guess it restocks. You can put 30 honey in it and one of it gets processed per hour. So I was able to get another farming level from partially processing the day's honey. Waiting around at Midway, I got another mining level. Mining 73 while Andrea drank heavily to kind of cope with the stress of travel. Got another mining level at MDW 74. Randomly got a Mimic kill token from mining, which is kind of weird. I think the Mimic is less interesting in RS3 than it is in Old School, but you can get this from any skilling or combat activity, apparently. We had a crazy long layover, did eventually get 75 mining. I had said I wanted to hold off on smithing until I got back, but there's nothing interesting that happens when you smelt things, only when you smith it on an anvil, so I decided to smith all of the 1,622 rune ore that I had mined. So we ended up getting 1622 rune bars. Our plane back had free Wi-Fi this time, but it had the same issue where the login servers were banned, but not the game. So I tried harder to not open any interfaces that might cause me to crash. I did safe cracking and got to thieving 78 and 79. And then Andrea did the driving on the car ride home from Albuquerque Airport to where we live in Los Alamos, New Mexico, where I was able to finish getting 80 thieving and a ton of money. That was our Chicago trip, represented through RuneScape screenshots. I hope that was enjoyable. Hey there, folks. I'm back from my insane travel weekend. Lots of updates to give you from playing on mobile. I did take screenshots of most of the unlocks, level ups, and significant events, and maybe I'll take the time to sit through and edit those all together. I also just wanted to talk through all of it for my own sanity. So, first thing that happened is kind of insane. I got these dragon boots, which I guess I can't wear yet. These dropped from a geode because I did a decent amount of mining, and I thought the geode was just one of the standard geodes from like a runite ore. But it was a rare geode from an orichalcite ore, and I guess those have a chance to give you dragon equipment, which actually gives you a strength bonus in this, which is kind of cool. So, dragon boots, that's neat. I did a ton of flash powder factory, more flash powder factory than anyone should do in their lives. I do not recommend it. Probably one of my most hated mini games. I thought it was okay when I played it a little bit here on the recording for you, but doing it for the number of hours necessary to get the full botanist outfit and the full factory outfit, even with it being Spotlight Week and me spending all the Thaler on this outfit, it wasn't worth it. I think it's like any of the mini games in old school RuneScape that don't award any XP or only award a small amount of XP. It just feels miserable when you're just going for this one unlock. This is pretty good, though, to have the full outfit. I can get slightly more XP when I make unfinished potions, which should make unfinished potions feel less miserable to make. I also get a chance at an extra dose, which I'm only really going to use when I'm making potions that I care about dosage on, which isn't very many potions. I guess, like, prayer pots, that kind of a thing. Also got the modified botanist mask and the entire botanist set, which I'll be using whenever I don't care about the bonus from this one, which will be for most potions, I think. That's a lovely 6% herb lore XP bonus. There's some other effects on the modified mask, like making a duplicate potion and banking it, and getting some free water every day. 200 vials of water for free. That's kind of neat. Another thing that happened while I was mining was I got a mimic kill token. I know how the mimic works in old school. I have no idea how it works in this game. Didn't know it was a thing in this game. Didn't know you could get a kill token from mining, so I'm going to have to research this on the wiki later. I ended up getting some black sheep and spring sheared sheep. So I've been trying to work through my sheep here. Pretty much with farming, I'll walk through my skills here in a second, but basically the only thing I did was sell some sheep and some rabbits. I think I need to get started on chickens and feed them pineapples, because chickens, I can kind of ignore the issue I have with not having room for breeding right now. I need to eventually get the upgrade that lets me breed in the pens. That'll make that a lot more realistic. I got a strange rock. I got some, I think you see me get the ghostly essence from that Onco task I did. And then lots and lots of medicinal honeycomb. I didn't realize exactly how much XP those honeycombs give, but it's an enormous amount of free farming XP every day. So pretty good stuff. This took 20 hours. Getting this factory mask outfit, I primarily did by AFKing the Flash Powder Factory minigame while my wife and I were exploring the museums of Chicago. Mostly just had my phone out with my thumb on it to keep me from timing out due to the 5-minute logout timer to get enough Thaler to buy all this stuff. And then I actively played, because that's the only way to get the botanist outfit, when we were in the hotel in the evenings. And I do have some Thaler left over. So I have 114 Thaler that I got extra from the Flash Powder Factory. That's about 2 hours of extra time that I didn't need to spend there. I do think using the Thaler that comes from a minigame is still fine, especially because the factory outfit is basically impossible without Thaler. It requires so many more points and is so much less useful on average. So mining, I got obviously a ton of levels from mostly AFK mining orichalcum for a little bit, and then doing the rest of it at runite. I actually have a ton of runite bars now. I did the calculation. I know you need runite for the final tier at tier 90, which is kind of cool that they kept rune relevant at that stage. Nearly 1,800 rune bars to get me pretty comfortably to 70 smithing. So I said I wasn't going to smith, but I went ahead and just smelted all the bars that I made, or that I had ore for. So that was most of that, 1,800 rune bars. Most of that was AFK on the plane or in the terminal at the airport. Herb lore, I ended up getting all of these levels just from the very small amount of XP you get from actively playing Flash Powder Factory. I think it's a total of 2 levels I got out of it, maybe 3.
Thieving, I got a bunch of thieving levels because I decided to go ahead and do some more safe cracking because I assume that's not terribly interesting content for me to record, and I need more money for lots of things now. One of them is going to be construction, which I'll talk about in a second. So thieving, I ended up getting up to 80 with safe cracking. Prayer probably got a level up from the Nemi Forest daily. Farming got some level ups from the Nemi Forest daily and also from doing the player-owned farm, which I'm counting as a daily now. Hunter may have gotten a small amount of XP from a Chronicle from Divination. Dungeoneering got a level up from Nemi Forest, and then Divination got a couple level ups from doing the Guthix Cache dailies and from, picking up nodes that were outside if I ever got the boost from the Guthix Cache. Right, so the reason I needed a bunch of money is that because I'm 50 farming now, or I guess technically 49 farming, I can raise cows at the player-owned farm. But doing that requires a large pen, which I bought the deed for with beans. But building it requires 60 construction, which I need another 18 levels for, which I assume I need a bunch of money for. I would just do that at Rimington like I was doing before, but I think it makes sense for me to start working on this game's version of Mahogany Homes construction contracts. So that might be a new objective. I think broadly I still want to get base 50 attack, strength, and defense, so that I can do Dragon Slayer and feel pretty comfortable. I think that's the gist of it, though. I don't recommend Flash Powder Factory. This probably very much was not worth it. I probably could have just gotten this hat and then 3 pieces of the factory outfit to get that extra dose effect and ignored the rest of it, but I figured I want to leave it behind me. I never want to have to do Flash Powder Factory again, and I don't think I ever do, thank God. It was... It's just a really attentive minigame. It's in that quadrant where it's, like, not hard, but it also requires you to pay a lot of attention to it. And for me, that's the worst kind of content. Also, this hat is extremely silly looking. Like, the modified version just, like, straps some beakers to your face. Okay. That concludes the episode. I hope you were okay with my experimental travelogue editing for a RuneScape video. I don't know that I'll ever do that again. I am probably going to play RuneScape while traveling in the future, but I might just stick with dailies and like fishing or something. So next episode you have to look forward to, we're going to explore Fort Forinthry. If you heard me talking about spending a ton of money on construction, don't worry. In my research, I find out about the fort and how that completely removes the cost of construction training and actually makes it generate XP. So we'll do all the quests associated with it next time. I'll see you then, everybody. Catch you later.